Hello students, good morning and welcome again. In this video, what I am doing is I am covering a very important portion from the chapter Body Fluids and Circulation for class 10 CBSE board. Actually, I am discussing about the cardiac cycle, the electrical impulse by which the cardiac cycle is completed. So this electrical impulse or the action potential is same because action potential you will all remember that is the depolarized state in the transmission of nerve impulses when we were studying the transmission of the impulses. So this you remember. So action potential is actually the electrical impulse in this case. So in the heart muscles, if you recall, heart muscles are all special muscles, but the ventricles, the walls of the ventricles are thicker than that of the auricles. This you remember. Why? Because the blood is pumped out of the heart through ventricles only under high pressure. So the ventricular walls are thicker than that of the auricles. So now about this action potential. So in the heart, the nodal tissues are distributed. So there are nodal tissues all around the heart. So what are these nodal tissues? They are actually the generating or conducting the electrical impulse throughout the heart. So one mass of this tissue, special tissue, you can see here at the right top of the right auricle, upper side of the right auricle. This is SAN, that is sinoatrial node. This is a node, actually nodal tissue, a mass which is also a node, that is the sinoatrial node. Okay. So again you can find another mass here at this AVN, which is known as the AVN, atrioventricular node, because it is very close to the ventricles. You see, very close to the ventricles. So this is called atrioventricular node. Okay. Then when this SAN is generating an electrical impulse or action potential, so this is conducted to this AV node, AVN, and this AVN is forming bundles, AV bundles, atrioventricular bundles. So these bundle of fibers are conducted. They are formed at the at the top of the intra-auriculoventricular septum, but they are now conducted to the middle of the interventricular septum. This is the middle of the interventricular septum, and see, they are running through the interventricular septum, and now they are dividing into left and right AV bundles. Left and right AV bundles. Actually, they are very small fibers, bundles of fibers, which are known as the Purkinje fibers. These Purkinje fibers, they are forming this bundle of His. This is the bundle of His. Okay, this is the bundle of His. So actually, like this, the electrical impulse or the action potential has been conducted from the SAN, where it is generated, to all parts of the heart muscles, all around the heart muscles. So this is how this is conducted, the electrical impulse, okay, or the action potential. This is clear. Now about the function of the heart. Suppose all the chambers are in the diastole stage, relaxing. First we take the joint diastole in the auricles. You can call them atria or auricles. So joint diastole means blood will enter here, left atrium. This is left atrium. So pulmonary vein will carry oxygenated blood to left atrium. Fine. And in the right atrium, the vena cavas will carry deoxygenated blood from all body parts. Okay. So this is the joint diastole in the auricles. And now SAN will generate a electrical impulse or action potential. then what will happen? These auricles will start contracting. So contraction will be there. So that is systole. So systole will be taking place after a action potential has been generated in the sand, right? So this action potential has been being carried to the ventricles, okay? But since it has been generated in the auricles will contract and the blood will be pumped to the ventricles through the valves. In the right side it is tricuspid valve, in the left side it is bicuspid valve, okay? Now this impulse has been carried to ventricles, so ventricles will also contract. The joint, systole will take place in the ventricles. Now the blood will be pumped out and more blood, 30% more blood enters into the ventricles, right? And from the left ventricle it will be pumped out to all body parts through the semilunar valves, and from the right ventricles the deoxygenated blood is pumped to the lungs. You all agree? To the lungs through the pulmonary semilunar valves. So semilunar valves are there where the blood is being pumped out of the heart, and this circulation is taking place in two parts, as you all know. One is pulmonary and the other is systemic. That is why it is called the double circulation. So so this is happening because of the electrical impulse that has been carried to ventricles. And now when joint systole is there, I am repeating, joint systole in the ventricles is there, then the pressure will increase inside the ventricles, okay? So the semilunar valves will open and they will pump the blood out from the left ventricle. It is to all body parts, as I said just now, through the aortic semilunar valve, and from the right ventricle, when the pulmonary semilunar valve opens, the blood will go to the lungs for oxygenation. And again it will be brought back to the left atrium. From left atrium it will go to left ventricle, from ventricle to all body parts, as I said just now. So this is why it is double circulation, from heart to lung, from lung to heart, and from heart to body, and from body to heart. But this systole and diastole is taking place because of the electrical impulse or the action potential, right? So further this pressure will go down, will start declining in the ventricles, and in the auricles again the joint diastole will be there. And joint diastole means this will be empty, the auricles will be empty at this point of time. So again this sand will generate a action potential, and again joint systole will take place, contraction of the auricles will take place, and this cycle will continue. So this is the cardiac cycle, students, and this sand is called the pacemaker because it is doing what? It is creating the, it is generating the electrical impulse for the function of the heart, right? So that is why it is called the pacemaker, natural pacemaker of the heart, okay? So action potential is normally 72 action potential per minute in a human adult. So like this, you have to remember the conduction of the impulses, and the other feature is that this electrical impulse does not require any external stimulus. So the SAN or sinoatrial node is generating this action potential on its own. This part of the nodal tissue is generating SAN on its generating the action potential on its own. It does not require any external stimulus. So like this, you have to remember the salient features of this kinetic cycle and the conduction of the action potential. So with this, I am closing this video now. We'll come with some other important portions from this chapter in my next videos. Till then, goodbye and God bless you all.